everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to a video that I've been looking forward to filming for so long. Before we get started, my name is Emily and thank you so much for watching today's video and for being here. It means so much. In this video, I'm finally going to unpack all of my books and redecorate my new bookshelf. And now we are going to continue painting our new bookshelf. I feel like I need one of those like little microphones right now. I just feel like having 3 copies of the same book isn't a bad thing. We're just gonna wing it. I am currently standing near 3 very large boxes of books that have been packed up since I moved into my new apartment. I'm so excited now that I finally can have a bit of a bigger bookshelf. We're still in like kind of a small apartment, so I can't have a full wall of books at this time. But I can have a bit of a bigger bookshelf in our living room now, which I'm really excited about. And I actually thrifted this bookcase a few weeks ago and I did some DIY to get it set up. So it's finally ready to be packed with all of my books. So obviously a few weeks ago before we moved, I started packing up all of my books. And in my old place, I didn't have a ton of space. And I really only had 1 ladder bookshelf in our living room. And I also had to like haphazardly keep some on random shelves throughout the apartment. And it was a bit disorganized because I just kept like shoving them in random places. But after packing everything up and kind of like taking stock of what I had, I think I have a plan of how I want to organize it now. So again, I packed everything up a few weeks ago. And then once we moved, I started the hunt for a bookshelf that would fit in the corner where I wanted to keep it. And luckily I did find one on Facebook Marketplace. And I have actually been filming clips for this video for a few weeks now. So I think we are going to rewind it back and see the before and after of the DIY process for the bookshelf, and then I'll finally unpack everything. Quick moving update. We already moved our apartment, but I am currently on my way to do like a Facebook, oh my windshield wipers are on. I'm going to do a Facebook Marketplace pickup because I found a real wood bookshelf that is not in the best condition, but I want to sand it down and repaint it, and it's free. So I'm on my way to pick up that bookshelf right now, and then eventually I'll be able to sand that down and give it a fresh paint job. But it's on a 3rd floor walk up, so that's gonna be a little tricky. Okay, somehow I got this to fit. It just made it in. I cannot believe that that fits in this tiny little car. It is the perfect size to put like diagonal through the back with my back seats down, so I feel like this is meant to be. Next step is to sand it down, give it a fresh coat of paint, because like I said, it definitely needs a bit of love. It's currently gray and I think I want to paint it like a sage green. Okay, we are going to do some sanding now. We are almost ready to finally unpack all of my books and start redecorating my bookshelves. It's been a long time coming. It's been a few weeks since I've moved, but this is step 1. We need a bookshelf to put the books on, and we are going to make that happen very soon. We're making progress. There's not too much to sand out, but there's definitely a few scratches, so I mean, it's worth it to do this. Oh, losing my breath. Okay, let's keep going. Later now, and we are finally painting. I started a little bit just now. Oh, and it's already dripping. I'm really not that great of a painter. I did a few strokes and then I realized I was filming this for my redecorating my bookshelves vlog, and now we are going to continue painting our new bookshelf. Really quick, some like home decor side notes. I just got a new couch and I wasn't sure what to paint this because the couch is kind of like a cream beigey color. So I was debating between 2 colors at the store, but I didn't have like swatches of the couch with me, and I'm trying to match the couch. So anyway, that's just a little side note for the bookshelf DIY. Again, I'm really not a great painter, but like, it's just a bookshelf. It's fun to do this, and I also really like to like rescue things from the garbage. So like, this was gonna get thrown out if we weren't DIYing this and giving it a little bit of a makeover, so we'll see. Anyway, the color I picked is like a beigey, creamy, grayish color, kind of like a mix of all three. I think it's called Coliseum Marble, which also kind of goes with like the fantasy vibe, which we love. But anyway, let's keep painting. I'm at my parents' house in the backyard right now, so like that's the other reason why I didn't have the couch to like do the swatches with. Like, I couldn't bring the paint swatches home to my apartment and like compare it to the couch. So we're kind of just winging it. We're gonna see how it goes. It's fine. It's not that deep. I'm also really upset because I forgot my headphones when I came down here. So I usually like try and listen to like an audiobook or something when I'm doing this. And I wanted to keep listening to the Enchantra audiobook by Kaylee Smith, which came out a few days ago, but I can't find any headphones and I don't have a speaker, and I feel like it's hard to listen to an audiobook on a speaker. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but if you do, let me know in the comments, because I'm not sure if that doesn't make sense. But I just feel like I can't really hear the story when it's on a speaker, but in the car, that doesn't matter. I don't know, there's a lot of nuance in my reading habits. Anyway, I was trying to decide if I should be listening to like Tortured Poets Department because it's spring, or if I should be listening to an audiobook. But right now we're listening to nothing. We're just kind of vibing. I'm back. I've made minimal progress, as you can see, but I'm already bored. This is my problem. I love doing like DIY stuff, but I said earlier that I'm bad at painting, but I think the truth is that I just don't like painting, even though I like to DIY things. Painting is just, like, I'm not good at it, and I don't want to like take the time to get better at it, and I'm already bored. So I think I'm gonna go on the hunt for some headphones to borrow at my parents' house, because I don't think I can do this for the next 45 minutes or so without something to keep me entertained. So, be right back. I found an ancient artifact. I have a dongle here, and the original like USB, not USB, like the lightning jack, not lightning jack, what's it called? Headphone jack connection for the iPhone. Remember when the iPhones had those? But yeah, so now we can listen to an audiobook. I almost just dropped that right on the paintbrush. So, currently listening to Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. I am not that far into the book. I'm currently doing like a reading new releases reading blog, so that will definitely be out by the time that this video is up. Yeah, I'm about 20% in. The game in that book is just about to start, so I think things are really going to start picking up soon, but that's not what the point of this video is about. So let's keep DIYing, let's keep painting my bookshelf, and I will come back with a painting update very soon. Okay, so now that we are ready to unpack, I have a bit of a plan already. I feel like I need one of those like little microphones right now. Anyway, here's my plan. I honestly don't think I can fit every single book I own out on the shelf. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 shelves plus the top, which I think I'm going to put a few books on like the top shelf, kind of like for decoration. So there's only 6 shelves plus the top out here, but I do still have that ladder bookshelf in our bedroom now. So I think any spillover I'm going to put on like the bottom 2 shelves of that ladder bookshelf. And then the top 2 shelves of that bookshelf now are going to just be like photos and little knickknacks and decorations and things like that. I think this bookshelf I want to make most of like my favorites. So my favorite fantasy books, some favorite romance books, and just things that I want like on display when you walk in so you can see them. And then on the bookshelf in my bedroom, I think I'll put mostly like thriller books, I think, and not for any reason, just because I want to keep them together. So I think I'll put thrillers on the bookshelf in the bedroom, and then out here will be primarily fantasy and romance. And then I think if there's any literary fiction spillover, I'll put that on the bookshelf in my bedroom as well. I think we need to move this camera back a little bit though. 1 second. Okay, I think that's a bit better. I think you can see more of the shelves now. The only thing with this bookshelf is that this shelf right here doesn't move. So in order to have the other shelves spaced out so books can fit on them, the bottom two shelves are a lot, like, there's more space, so it's not as evenly spaced out at the bottom than it is at the top. And then this shelf is much like shorter compared to the ones above it, and I think I'll have to put paperbacks on this one so they'll fit on this shelf. But then this one I feel like I could move up one, but then it's gonna be a bit of a squeeze. So I think I'm going to leave it how it is. I don't know. Actually, I think I should move this one up a little bit. Okay, let's do that really quick. Anyway, so I did a lot of the DIY stuff myself, as you saw, but then my dad actually ended up finishing the painting for me, which was very nice of him, because I did lose a bit of my patience with the painting. I do like doing DIY stuff like that, but I don't know, I lost patience. I'm not like the best painter, like I said in those clips, but also I need a tool because I can't get those out. Okay, they're really in there. We're just gonna leave it. It's fine. It's kind of cute, a little haphazard, right? Now it's time to actually start putting some books on here. All right. So I usually like to put my favorites at the very top. So like I have Divine Rivals here, so that obviously should go up high. So I think I'm just gonna start putting the books away and see how it goes. So this one is actually a little shorter than I thought. So I have some like shorter hardcovers that I'll probably put up at the top. So obviously I want to try and keep like series together. So I have like Iron Flame and Onyx Storm and Fourth Wing. So I definitely want these close to each other. And then here's Yellowface. Like I love this book, but I think I want to keep literary fiction and thrillers together. So I'll probably just make a stack of these over here and then I'll carry them to the other shelf when I'm done. This is one of my all-time favorite series. It's Once Upon a Broken Heart, so this one definitely needs a front and center row spot. Also, Divine Rivals, like I said, is one of my favorite books of all time. I just feel like having 3 copies of the same book isn't a bad thing, especially if you really love that book. So I have the US hardcover for Divine Rivals, and then I have the UK cover that one of my friends gave to me for just like a little gift, which was so sweet of them because they knew how much I loved this book. So I have the UK cover. And then I also, as a little birthday gift to myself last year, ordered the special editions from Acrylopix. These are the special editions of Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. I love this series so much, so that one definitely deserves a top shelf spot on the new bookshelves. Keep that together. Also, I feel like I should turn the edges of these ones out because they're so pretty. So like, I kind of want to display those, but I don't want the sun to ruin it, so I think I'm gonna leave them turned around for now. Oh no. Okay, so not all paperbacks fit on this shelf, so I'll have to be strategic about that. That could be a problem. Oh no. Huh. We're just gonna leave it. It's fine. Could put them like this. I definitely measured this before I put this shelf here. And the paperbacks aren't fitting now. mistakes were made, is all I'm saying. We're just gonna wing it. Okay, we're pivoting. We're going to stack these like this because there's not enough space on this shelf. I feel like it's kind of cute. Like, it gives it a little bit of, you know what I'm trying to say. You see what I'm saying? The paperbacks don't fit here. Do you think it looks bad? I think it looks good, actually, right? Has anyone read this book before? This is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this. I know Fairy Loot did an edition of this a really long time ago, and it's so pretty. And I don't know, it sounds interesting. It takes place in like a very like snowy, like wooded type of setting, and I just feel like it's a very atmospheric fantasy, but I feel like I can't read it until the winter. So I don't know. If anybody's read this, let me know, because this is on my radar, but I haven't read it yet. I just found If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio in the boxes, and I bought this special edition when I was in Paris and went to Shakespeare & Co., which is like an English independent owned bookstore in Paris. And I didn't know they had any special editions for this, but it's cool. They like end papers and things like that. And I also got some postcards and stuff while I was there. So I definitely want to put these on the bookshelf and like decorate the shelf when I'm done putting the books away. Okay, I found a few books also that fit here in this little space in between. I have the mass market paperbacks of the Lord of the Rings books, and those will definitely fit there. So I think, see, we're problem solving. Everything's good. Okay, I actually really like how that looks. I think it adds some like, I don't know. It breaks it up a little bit. I think it looks good. I also wish I had more space to like put some books on the shelf like this, you know, like that. I feel like these two covers look so nice next to each other. This is the original paperback cover, and then this is like what they currently publish. But I feel like they look so good like next to each other like this, and I wish I could show it like that. All right, I'm about to put Throne of Glass out, and I fear that it's going to take up an entire shelf, so that might have to be put somewhere else. Like, I'm sorry, how is anything else supposed to fit on the shelf with Kingdom of Ash on it? Oh, it doesn't even fit here. Okay, it has to go on the bottom shelf. I also have the original paperback covers of Throne of Glass that I would like to fit out, but I don't even have them with me actually. They're like in storage at my parents' house. That would literally take up more than a full shelf, so we definitely can't put those out. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking, but there is no way that all of these books could fit out here. I genuinely thought that most of them would fit on this shelf, and then the rest like would just go on the bottom two shelves of the bookshelf in the bedroom. That is not the case. So we'll finish filling in these last few spots, and then I think I'm gonna put a few on the top, and then we're going to head to the other shelf and start stacking that one. Okay, this definitely has to fit out here because I love Crescent City so much. I know a lot of people didn't love House of Flame and Shadow, but I cried my way through the entire thing. So that's that. Oh no. I'm about to read this one, so I feel like this one doesn't have to be on the shelf right now. Crisis averted. Okay, here's another one that I want you to let me know if you've read and if I should read it soon, because I used to live in Prague and this one actually takes place in Prague, so that's why I was like drawn to this one and picked it up, but I haven't read it yet and I feel like I'd really enjoy it, but I just need somebody to like convince me to start this one soon. So if you've read Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Lonnie Taylor, let me know, because I feel like this should be a summer TBR book. Okay, so I think that's it for the shelf out here. I don't think anything else is going to fit, and I still have a full box of books, so that was not my finest moment because clearly we still have a lot to unpack. But okay, so we'll do a full bookshelf tour at the end, but for now, living room bookshelf is packed. Okay, location 2. Here is the ladder bookshelf in the bedroom. I have it like catty cornered right now, so I don't know, I just kind of like how that looks because of the rest of the stuff in the room. I don't know. But I think I'm going to start with thrillers on the bottom and then work my way up and see how much space I need. And then I think just some other hardcovers at the bottom here. I'm realizing I don't really have anything like separated by TBR and things like that. I just kind of have everything on the shelf, but we're gonna stick with that. I think this shelf in the bedroom is now done. So let's do a final tour of both bookshelves. Okay, so starting in the bedroom, I have the top shelf is mostly fantasy. And then the middle shelf here is honestly a bunch of random stuff. And then I have my alarm clock and my TBR jar and some bookmarks. Below that is contemporary. So that is mostly Emily Henry, Ali Hazelwood, Sarah Adams, and then just a few random books that I didn't have another place for. And then at the bottom, I have mostly thrillers and a few other hardcovers that were like the same height, so I thought they looked good down there at the bottom. Okay, and then for the shelf in the living room, which is definitely my favorite, and this was like the goal of this video, was to decorate this living room bookshelf. At the top, I just put a plant. I'll probably put some other plants up there and stuff. And then I have two like little book journals up at the top that I thought looked kind of cute, like stacked on top. And then along the top, because of like the height of the shelf, I put some like shorter books up there. So I have Hunger Games, Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales, One Dark Window, and a few other favorites that I like to have like at the top and visible to like spotlight them. And then below that I have all of my copies of Divine Rivals, the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and then Crescent City. And I realized I forgot to put Quicksilver out, which is literally my favorite book of all time. I like don't stop talking about it. So I forgot to put it out. So I had to swap out some books, so it was out here in the living room with the rest of the favorites. And then I have The Foxglove King, which is also a fantasy romance, which is really good. So if you haven't read that one yet, would definitely recommend it. Moving down a little bit, I have the paperback shelf so we could fit, you know, and I turned it on its side, and I just have a few random paperbacks here, but it's mostly fantasy, a few like favorite paperbacks that I wanted to have out in the living room, but it's mostly just like things that would fit. And then below that I have ACOTAR and some other fantasy series. I have Half a Soul here, which I really want to read this spring, so that's why I put this one in the living room, so it's like in my face and reminding me to read it. Okay, and then closer to the bottom, I have some fantasy series here, and then Throne of Glass down at the bottom, and then some other random hardcovers that I wanted to have out here, so I remember that they're on my TBR, and because I like the way that they look on the shelf together. So that is the full living room bookshelf. Okay, and that is the full bookshelf tour. I'm so excited that this is finally all set up. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you liked it. I had been looking forward to doing this video for a really long time, so I hope you liked it too. If you did, please do all those classic YouTube things like comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, and bye for now.